The ultrasound screen showed a tiny heartbeat. I should have been smiling. Instead, I felt my entire marriage collapse inside my chest. Congratulations, Dr. Miller told me. The pregnancy is about 8 weeks along. 8 weeks. I had been married to Olivia for exactly 4 weeks. I stared at Olivia, waiting for shock, confusion, anything that might explain the impossible. Olivia only gripped the edge of the examination table. "Ethan, please," Olivia whispered. "Let me explain." I walked out of that hospital without asking another question. For the next 48 hours, I discovered lies buried beneath the marriage I thought had finally saved my heart. The pregnancy wasn't the only secret. My wife had been hiding another man. My family had known something I didn't. And the biggest betrayal wasn't that Olivia had become pregnant before our wedding. It was the reason everyone had desperately wanted me to marry her. 3 weeks later, I found a file inside my father's private office. My name was written across the cover. Underneath, it was one sentence that made my blood run cold. "Ethan must never learn who the baby's real father is." I opened the file. And finally, I understood why my entire family had been lying to me. But I still didn't know who was about to lose everything. I stared at the ultrasound screen until the tiny pulsing light blurred. 8 weeks, Dr. Miller repeated gently. "Give or take several days." My mouth went dry. I looked at Olivia. 8 weeks. Olivia lowered her eyes. "Ethan, I know how this looks." "How does it look, Olivia?" Olivia swallowed. "Bad. Bad isn't the word." I stood so quickly that the chair scraped against the floor. Dr. Miller looked between us. "Would you like a few minutes alone?" "Yes," Olivia whispered. The doctor left. I kept staring at the screen. 1 month, I whispered. "We've been married for 1 month." "I know. So explain 8 weeks." Olivia's eyes filled with tears. "I can't do this here." "Then where?" "Please take me home." I laughed once, but nothing about the moment felt funny. "Home?" "Yes. That word still means something to you." Olivia flinched. I hated seeing that reaction because part of me still loved her. That was the worst part. I walked out. Olivia followed. Neither of us spoke during the drive. When we reached the house, I placed my keys on the counter. "Start talking." Olivia remained near the door. "Ethan, the pregnancy happened before our wedding. I know how pregnancy works. I never meant to hurt you." "Who?" Olivia closed her eyes. "Who was the father?" Silence answered first. Then Olivia whispered, "Marcus." My chest tightened. "Marcus Vale?" Olivia nodded. Marcus Vale was the man who had vanished from Olivia's life 2 months earlier. Or so Olivia had told me. I remembered our engagement dinner. I remembered Olivia holding my hand beneath the table. I remembered Marcus appearing outside the restaurant. I remembered Olivia becoming pale. At the time, Olivia had called Marcus an old mistake. Apparently, Marcus had been much more than that. "You were with Marcus after we got engaged?" "Yes." "Before we got married?" "Yes." "How long?" Olivia wiped her tears. "Until 3 days before our wedding." I stared at her. 3 days. I ended it. "Why?" "Because Marcus wasn't the man I thought." I walked toward the window. "So you chose me while carrying his child?" "I chose you because I loved you." "Did you?" "Yes." "Then why didn't you tell me?" Olivia didn't answer. That silence hurt more than any confession. I turned around. "Who knows?" Olivia looked frightened. "My mother." "Your mother?" "And your father?" My stomach dropped. "My father knew?" "Yes." I grabbed the back of a chair. "My father knew my wife was pregnant with another man's baby before our wedding?" Olivia whispered, "Your father arranged the wedding." I slowly looked at her. "What?" "Marcus's family was threatening mine. Your father offered protection." I felt something inside me crack. "So this marriage was a business deal?" "No." "You knew about the pregnancy?" "Yes." "My father knew?" "Yes." "And everybody expected me to smile at the wedding." Olivia stepped closer. "I wanted to tell you. But you didn't." "I was scared." "Of what?" Olivia looked directly into my eyes. "That you would stop loving me." I almost laughed. "You were right." Olivia cried. I walked upstairs and opened the closet. I pulled out a suitcase. Olivia followed me. "Where are you going?" "A hotel." "Ethan, please don't leave. I need space." "Can we fix this?" I stopped. "I don't know." Olivia reached for my hand. I looked at her fingers. That hand had worn my wedding ring for 30 days. I gently pulled away. "I need the truth before I decide whether this marriage deserves another day." I left. At the hotel, I couldn't sleep. Around midnight, my phone rang. My father's name appeared. I answered. Dad. Ethan, listen carefully. Why? Because Olivia doesn't know everything. My heart stopped. What does that mean? I can't explain over the phone. Then explain now. My father became quiet. Come to my office tomorrow morning. Why? Because the pregnancy isn't the only thing you were lied about. The call ended. I stared at the phone. For the first time that night, I stopped thinking about Olivia. I started wondering what my father was hiding. I arrived at my father's office before sunrise. The security guard opened the private elevator without asking questions. That scared me. My father never allowed anyone into his office before 8. When the elevator doors opened, I found my father standing beside the window. Sit down, Ethan. I'd rather stand. My father nodded. I expected that. Start talking. My father walked to his desk. I made a terrible decision. You've made several. This one involved your marriage. I clenched my fists. Did you pay Olivia's family? No. Did you force Olivia to marry me? No. Then what? My father opened a drawer. He pulled out a black folder. I need you to understand something before you read this. I've heard enough warnings. Marcus Vale isn't the baby's father. I froze. What? My father placed the folder on the desk. Read the medical report. I opened it. My eyes moved across the page. DNA testing. Paternity exclusion. Marcus Vale. Probability, 0%. I looked up. Where did you get this? Marcus demanded a test. Then who was the father? My father stared at me. You. The room went silent. I shook my head. No. Ethan. No. You were with Olivia before the wedding. I know. 6 weeks before the wedding. I remembered. Olivia and I had spent one night together after our engagement party. The next morning, Olivia had cried. I had assumed the tears came from fear about marriage. My father pushed another document toward me. Pregnancy timing places conception around that night. I couldn't breathe. Why didn't Olivia tell me? Because Marcus threatened her. Why? Marcus wanted access to your company. I stared at the documents. That makes no sense. It does if Marcus knew Olivia was pregnant and believed the child was his. Then why did Olivia let me marry her? My father sat down. Because Olivia discovered Marcus had been using her. I remembered Olivia's strange behavior during our honeymoon. The nightmares. The phone call she refused to answer. The way Olivia sometimes touched her stomach and cried when she thought I wasn't looking. I sat down. Why did you let me believe she cheated? My father looked ashamed. I thought you would leave. You manipulated me. Yes. You destroyed my marriage. I was trying to protect your future. My future. My voice rose. You let me spend 2 days believing my wife betrayed me. I made a mistake. You made a choice. My father looked away. Before I could respond, the office door opened. Olivia walked inside. Her face was pale. Ethan. I stood. Did you know? Olivia stared at my father. Know what? I held up the paternity report. Marcus isn't the father. Olivia's lips parted. What? You didn't know? No. My anger disappeared for 1 second. Olivia, look at me. Olivia looked at me. Did we sleep together 6 weeks before the wedding? Yes. Could the baby be mine? Olivia covered her mouth. I don't know. My father interrupted. The timing suggests it. I turned sharply. Enough. My father fell silent. I walked toward Olivia. Why didn't you tell me about Marcus? Because Marcus threatened me. With what? My father's business. Olivia's voice trembled. Marcus had evidence of financial crimes involving my father. Marcus promised to destroy my family unless I helped him get close to your company. I stared at her. And you agreed? I pretended to. Why? To get the evidence back. Olivia reached into her purse. She pulled out a small flash drive. I've been collecting proof. I took it. Why didn't you tell me? Because Marcus had someone watching me. My phone suddenly vibrated. Unknown number. A message appeared. Stop digging, Ethan. The baby isn't yours. A second message arrived. And if you tell Olivia what you found, someone will pay. I showed Olivia. Olivia's face drained of color. Marcus. My father stood. We need security. I looked at the flash drive. No. My father frowned. What? I want the truth. I looked at Olivia. All of it. Olivia nodded. I'll tell you everything. My phone vibrated again. This time, there was a photograph. Olivia standing outside a hotel. Marcus standing beside her. The timestamp was from 3 days after our wedding. I stared at the image. Olivia whispered, Ethan, I can explain. I looked at the date again. 3 days after our wedding. My heart began breaking all over again. I placed the phone on the table. Why were you with Marcus? Olivia stared at the photograph. I wasn't. That's you. Yes. That's Marcus. Yes. 3 days after our wedding. I know. Then explain. Olivia sat down. I went there because Marcus had my father's documents. You could have told me. I thought Marcus was following me. Were you afraid? Yes. I looked at my father. Did you know about this? No. For once, my father's answer sounded honest. Olivia touched my wrist. Ethan, please believe me. I pulled away. I want to believe you. That means something. It means I haven't given up. Olivia's eyes filled with tears. Thank you. I looked at the flash drive. Let's see what you collected. My father brought in his security specialist. We connected the drive to the computer. Folders appeared. Bank transfers. Emails. Photographs. Contracts. Marcus had been moving money through companies connected to my family. I stared at the screen. Marcus was stealing from us. My father nodded. Millions. Olivia pointed to one file. That one. I opened it. A payment record showed Marcus transferring money to a private account. The account belonged to my father's chief financial officer, Daniel Reed. I stared. Daniel. My father went pale. Impossible. Your CFO has been working with Marcus. My father grabbed the phone. Get Daniel into the office. 20 minutes later, Daniel entered. What happened? My father turned the monitor toward Daniel. Explain this. Daniel looked at the screen. Then Daniel smiled. That smile made my skin crawl. You finally found it. My father froze. Daniel locked the office door. I stood. Unlock it. Daniel reached into his jacket. My body moved before my mind did. I stepped between Daniel and Olivia. Daniel laughed. Relax, Ethan. Open the door. You really think this is about money? I looked at Olivia. Daniel's eyes followed mine. That's your weakness. What do you mean? Daniel smiled. Olivia was never the target. My father whispered. Then who? You. Daniel pulled out another photograph. I recognized the building immediately. My company's private research facility. Daniel placed the photograph on the desk. Marcus didn't want your company. Then what? Your inheritance. I frowned. My inheritance. Daniel nodded. Your grandmother's trust. My father went silent. I stared at him. What trust? My father didn't answer. Daniel laughed. Your father never told you? I turned toward my father. Tell me. My father closed his eyes. Your grandmother left you controlling interest in the family holding company. How much? 41%. I felt dizzy. Daniel continued. Your father manages it until your 35th birthday. And I'm 34. Yes. I understood. Marcus wasn't trying to steal my company. Marcus wanted control before my birthday. I looked at Olivia. And the marriage? Daniel smiled. Your marriage was supposed to destroy your claim. How? If Olivia married you while pregnant with another man's child, the scandal would force your board to remove you. Olivia looked horrified. I never agreed to that. I know. Daniel glanced at Olivia. You were only useful because Marcus could control you. I stepped forward. Where is Marcus? Daniel laughed. You won't find Marcus. My father grabbed Daniel's collar. Tell us. Daniel looked at me. Ask your wife. I turned to Olivia. What does Marcus have on you? Olivia began crying. My father. What about your father? He died. I froze. What? My father died 6 years ago. Daniel smiled. That's what Olivia believes. The room went silent. Olivia stared at Daniel. Don't. Daniel leaned closer. Your father is alive. Olivia shook her head. No. He's been working with Marcus. Olivia backed away. That's impossible. Daniel reached for his phone. A video appeared. An older man sat inside a dark room. Olivia's knees weakened. Dad. The man looked directly into the camera. Olivia, I'm sorry. Olivia covered her mouth. I caught her before she fell. Daniel unlocked the door. Tomorrow, your wife's father will return. I stared at Daniel. Why? Daniel smiled. To finish what Marcus started. Daniel walked away. I held Olivia against my chest. For the first time since the hospital, Olivia stopped pretending to be strong. Ethan, Olivia whispered. I've got you. My father ruined my life once. I looked down at her. He won't ruin it again. Olivia looked into my eyes. You still trust me? I answered honestly. I don't know. Olivia nodded. But you stayed. Yes. Why? I touched her cheek. Because I'm starting to believe the woman I married wasn't the one who betrayed me. Olivia cried against my chest. And for the first time since the ultrasound, I held my wife without anger. But neither of us noticed the black car waiting outside. Inside that car, Marcus was watching us. The next morning, I moved Olivia into my penthouse. Not because I trusted everything, because I trusted danger even less. You don't have to protect me, Olivia told me. I know. Then why are you doing it? Because I still love you. Olivia stared at me. I hadn't planned to say it. The words simply escaped. Olivia walked closer. I love you too. I touched her face. Then no more secrets. No more. We kissed. It wasn't like our wedding kiss. That kiss had been hopeful. This one felt wounded, desperate, and honest. A knock interrupted us. My security team entered. Mr. Carter, your father is here. My father walked inside. Ethan, we found Olivia's father. Olivia stiffened. Where? My father handed me an address. An abandoned warehouse. We drove there with security. The warehouse smelled of dust and oil. A man stepped from the shadows. Olivia stopped breathing. Dad. The man looked at Olivia. I'm sorry. Olivia moved forward. I grabbed her hand. Wait. Her father looked at me. You must be Ethan. Yes. I've heard about you. Then you know why we're here. Olivia's father nodded. Marcus has been controlling everything. Olivia's voice broke. Why did you let everyone believe you were dead? I was hiding from Marcus. You could have contacted me. I tried. When? 6 years ago. Olivia shook her head. I never received anything. Marcus intercepted every message. My father stepped forward. Why did Marcus want Olivia married to Ethan? Her father looked at me. Because Marcus knew about the trust. I nodded. Daniel told us. Her father looked frightened. Then Daniel has betrayed Marcus. Apparently. Olivia's father looked at me. Marcus planned to make Olivia pregnant before the wedding. Olivia stiffened. What? He wanted you to believe the baby was his. I looked at Olivia. That's impossible. Her father shook his head. Marcus had no idea you and Ethan had been together. I understood. Marcus had assumed the pregnancy belonged to him. He used Olivia as bait. Yes. Why? Because Marcus knew Olivia would protect me. Olivia looked at her father. You were alive all this time. Yes. And you let me suffer? I thought distance would keep you safe. Olivia began crying. I stepped beside her. Her father looked at me. Ethan, Marcus is going to attack your company tonight. How? Your board meeting. My father checked his phone. Emergency board session? Her father nodded. Marcus has enough votes to remove Ethan. I looked at Olivia. What happens if they remove me? You lose control of the trust. And Marcus gets it. Yes. I smiled. Then let's give Marcus exactly what he expects. My father looked confused. What are you planning? Let Marcus believe he's winning. That evening, I attended the board meeting alone. Marcus entered wearing an expensive black suit. Ethan. Marcus. Marcus smiled. You look tired. I've had a difficult month. I heard. You heard about my marriage? I heard everything. Marcus sat down. Your wife must be difficult. I leaned back. Why? Because she married you while carrying my child. I smiled. You still believe that? Marcus's expression changed. You know the truth? I know enough. Marcus stood. You don't understand what you're dealing with. I understand perfectly. The board chairman entered. Gentlemen, we're here to discuss Ethan Carter's leadership. Marcus smiled. I remained calm. One director raised a document. The board has received evidence of financial misconduct. I looked at Marcus. Marcus nodded. I said nothing. The chairman continued. We also received evidence that Ethan's marriage has created a conflict of interest. Marcus looked satisfied. I leaned toward the microphone. I have one question. The room became quiet. Who supplied the evidence? The chairman hesitated. Daniel Reed. I smiled. Then you should hear Daniel's confession. The screen behind me turned on. Daniel appeared in a recorded video. Every payment, every bribe, every conversation. Marcus's face went white. The board erupted. Marcus stood. You can't do this. I already did. Security entered. Marcus backed away. You think this ends here? No. I stood. It ends when every person you used gets justice. Marcus looked at me. Then Marcus smiled. You still don't know what your wife did. I looked toward Olivia, standing outside the glass doors. Marcus pointed at her. Ask Olivia who she met the night before your wedding. Olivia's face went pale. I turned toward her. Marcus laughed. The police arrested Marcus. But I couldn't move. Because Olivia was crying. And I suddenly wondered whether the last secret between us might destroy everything we had rebuilt. I followed Olivia into the hallway. Who did you meet? Olivia wiped her tears. Ethan, please. Tell me. My mother. I stopped. Your mother? Yes. Why would Marcus say that? Because my mother gave me something. What? Olivia reached into her purse. A small envelope. I opened it. Inside was a handwritten letter. I read the first line. Olivia, if Ethan ever learns the truth, tell him I was the one who protected Marcus. I looked up. Your mother? Olivia nodded. My mother helped Marcus. Why? She owed him money. I continued reading. The letter explained everything. Olivia's mother had secretly borrowed money from Marcus. When she couldn't repay it, Marcus demanded access to Olivia's family records. Olivia's mother agreed. Then Marcus discovered the trust. He created the entire plan. But there was one detail I couldn't understand. I looked at Olivia. Why did your mother tell you to marry me? She wanted protection. From Marcus? Yes. Then why did she hide the pregnancy? Because she believed Marcus was the father. I looked down at the letter. She was wrong. Yes. I sat on the bench. Olivia sat beside me. I should have told you everything. Yes. I was afraid. I know. I thought if you knew about Marcus, you would leave. I might have. Olivia looked at me. But you didn't. No. Why? I took her hand. Because the woman I love kept trying to protect everyone except herself. Olivia cried. I pulled her closer. I'm not angry anymore. You should be. I was. What changed? You. Olivia looked confused. I watched you face your father. Marcus. My father. Everyone. I smiled. You never once asked for money. Olivia laughed through tears. I didn't marry you for money. I know. You were supposed to hate me. I tried. Did it work? Not even close. Olivia leaned into me. I want to start over. We can't erase the first month. I know. Then we build something better. Olivia kissed me. For the first time, there was no fear behind it. That night, I went to see my father. You were wrong, I told him. My father nodded. I know. You thought protecting me meant hiding the truth. Yes. It didn't. I understand now. I placed the trust documents on his desk. I don't want you managing my inheritance anymore. My father looked surprised. You're taking control? Yes. You're ready? I smiled. I've been ready. My father looked down. Ethan, I'm proud of you. I stood. Don't make me regret hearing that. My father laughed quietly. Fair enough. The next morning, I walked into Carter Holdings. Every executive stood when I entered. I took the chairman's seat. Let's begin. The legal team presented the evidence against Marcus and Daniel. The board voted unanimously to remove Daniel. Marcus's companies were frozen. The investigation expanded. Olivia's father's testimony exposed the entire financial scheme. Slowly, the truth came out. Marcus had bribed employees. Daniel had falsified records. Olivia's mother had cooperated under pressure. And my father had manipulated my marriage because he feared losing control. Every betrayal finally had a name. But one question remained. The paternity test. I scheduled the appointment. Olivia came with me. We waited together. When the doctor entered, Olivia squeezed my hand. Whatever the result, I'm staying. I looked at her. Whatever the result, so am I. The doctor opened the envelope. Ethan Carter is the biological father. Olivia began crying. I laughed. Not because I was happy about being right. Because the nightmare was finally over. I hugged Olivia. We made it. Olivia whispered. We really did. But when we returned home, a package waited outside our door. No return address. Inside was a single photograph. Olivia and me leaving the clinic. On the back, one sentence had been written. You won the first battle. Now meet the person who started it. I stared at the photograph. Olivia looked at me. Ethan. I turned the photograph over again. For the first time, I wasn't afraid. Whatever comes next, I told Olivia. We face it together. Then my phone rang. The caller ID showed my grandmother's name. My grandmother had been dead for 7 years. I stared at the phone. Olivia stood beside me. Don't answer. I have to. I pressed the button. Hello. Silence. Then an old recording played. My grandmother's voice filled the room. Ethan, if you're hearing this, the trust has finally been threatened. My heart stopped. Olivia moved closer. My grandmother continued. I knew someone would eventually try to control my family through marriage. I looked at Olivia. The recording continued. Your grandfather built this company with one rule. Money must never become more important than people. I sat down. The recording explained that my grandmother had created a hidden protection clause. If anyone tried to manipulate my marriage for control of the trust, the entire scheme could be exposed. I smiled. She knew. Olivia looked at me. She knew this could happen? Yes. The recording continued. Ethan, trust your instincts. The person who truly loves you will never demand your inheritance. The recording ended. Olivia began crying. She was protecting you. No. I took Olivia's hand. She was protecting us. The investigation continued for months. Marcus was convicted on multiple financial charges. Daniel accepted a plea agreement and testified against the remaining conspirators. Olivia's mother admitted her role and entered a rehabilitation program. Olivia's father rebuilt his life after years of hiding. My father stepped down from Carter Holdings, and I finally took control of the company. But I changed everything. I created an employee protection fund. I opened the company's finances to independent audits. I removed family members from positions they hadn't earned. Most importantly, I stopped confusing control with love. 6 months after the hospital visit, Olivia and I returned to the same clinic. This time, Olivia was smiling. I held her hand. Dr. Miller looked at the screen. Everything looks healthy. I stared at the tiny heartbeat. Our child. Our future. Olivia squeezed my fingers. Are you happy? I looked at Olivia. I've never been happier. Even after everything. Especially after everything. Olivia smiled. I thought you hated me. I did. For how long? About 48 hours. Olivia laughed. That's short. I was busy investigating everyone. Olivia laughed harder. I kissed her forehead. I loved you longer than I hated you. Olivia's eyes softened. That's enough for me. That evening, I took Olivia to the place where we had first met. A small bookstore cafe. Olivia looked around. Why here? Because I want to remember the beginning. The real beginning? The real beginning. I pulled a small box from my pocket. Olivia stared. Ethan, before you panic, this isn't another wedding ring. Olivia laughed. I opened the box. Inside was a simple silver key. What is that? Our new home. Olivia's eyes widened. You bought a house? I built one. For us. For us. Olivia touched the key. I don't need a mansion. I know. I don't need your money. I know. I just need you. I smiled. You have me. Olivia leaned closer. Then promise me something. What? If life gets ugly again, don't run. I looked into her eyes. I promise. Even when you're angry? Especially then. Olivia kissed me. This time, there were no secrets. No threats. No contracts. No families making decisions for us. Only two people choosing each other. A year later, our daughter was born. I held her for the first time and felt something inside me change. Olivia watched from the hospital bed. What should we name her? I looked at Olivia. Grace. Olivia smiled. Why Grace? Because we survived, because someone gave us another chance. Olivia reached for my hand. Do you regret marrying me? I looked at my wife. No, not even the pregnancy disaster. I laughed. Definitely not the disaster. Olivia smiled. I kissed her forehead. The disaster taught me something. What? Love isn't proven when everything is easy. I looked down at our daughter. Love is proven when the truth becomes painful and you still choose to stay. Olivia squeezed my hand. I squeezed back. For 1 month, I had believed my marriage was a lie. For 1 lifetime, I planned to make sure it never became one. I didn't win because I kept the company. I didn't win because Marcus lost everything. I won because I stopped letting other people decide what my life was worth. And when I looked at Olivia, I knew the greatest revenge wasn't watching the people who betrayed us fall. The greatest revenge was living so honestly that their lies could never control us again. My wife smiled. Our daughter slept peacefully between us. And for the first time, the future didn't feel like something I had to fight for. It felt like something I had finally earned.